watching me yesterday on the my little gaming stream. If you happen to drop by and watch a little bit of me playing It Wakes the Deep, I just it's kind of an impromptu thing. I was like, I wanted to play a game, and so I did. And I did that for about 4 hours. And I was going to do this documentary last night, but it just happens to turn out that I was not able to. So tonight, we are doing the Great Glitter Conspiracy. Very strange, but apparently there is a large lack of glitter in the United States and around the world, as it is only produced in 2 factories that are both coincidentally, or maybe not so much, located in New Jersey. Now, what could this glitter be used for? Well, that's what we're here to find out. That's what we're here to dive into, to explore, to see what's really going on. And I hope you guys are going to help me solve this mystery. I know you are. I know you will. You guys got some big brains out there. Some real smart people. Anyways, thank you so much for coming. It is a Tuesday night. And we are going to kick off this week, as I feel like yesterday was kind of a faulty launch. Right? I did my thing. I'm sorry, that was me being selfish. But here we are doing the proper Sulk stream, and you guys are here to enjoy that with me, and I very much appreciate it. So anyways, if everyone's ready, get comfy, get cozy, get a nice sparkling cider, maybe a sparkling wine. It's not champagne unless it's from the Sparkle region of France. Did you know that? I made that up. It's not true. And when people actually tell you that, they're lying directly to your face. And so I give you permission to slap them. Slap the lies right out of their mouth. That's what they deserve. It sure is. It sure is, everybody. It's right in the mouth. Right in the goddamn mouth. You slap those lies right out of their teeth. Right? Especially if they got one of those silly French accents. Ooh, make sure it's a closed fist. So they really know. We're not sorry for World War II. For Normandy. Leaving a bunch of shells on your beaches. I understand we were fighting the Germans, but I hope we killed a lot of French along the way. Anyways. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. Anyways. Get comfy, get cozy. I hope you guys are doing good. If you're working, please continue to work. Keep me in your ear the whole time. It's very important. If you're driving, please, just give me. Drive safely and get home safely, because I treasure you and I do care. I care about you deeply. I know. A lot of you just need to hear that. We all need to hear it. We really do. But I'm here for you, just like you guys are here for me. So thank you. Anyways, again, it is a Tuesday night. I am the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called The End of the Glitter Conspiracy. Enjoy.
Can you tell me what your biggest buyer is?
No.
Can you tell me what your biggest buyer is?
No, I absolutely know that I can't.
Okay, but you know what it is?
Oh, God, yeah, and you'd never guess it. But
Dildos, I imagine. Just because you ever go to the sex shop and they're just wall-to-wall sparkly dildos? Maybe that was just one specific sex shop I was at. It was the gay one.
just leave it at that.
This is a reenactment of a conversation between a New York Times.
Are they specific? Are they? I don't know. Is there a specific gay sex shop, or is that like a brand of sex shops where there's only gay stuff, like poop covered dildos and? I don't even want to go any further with that one.
Journalist and a manager at one of the largest glitter companies in the world.
Why can't you tell me?
She responds from a nondescript warehouse in suburban New Jersey.
Because they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter.
Thousands and
what is it?
Thousands of people have been trying to solve this all across the world. they can't.
Years after the internet swarmed on this mystery, it's still unsolved.
We don't know who they are.
Is it toothpaste? Is there a lot of glitter in toothpaste? I know there's a lot of glitter in like Crest and stuff, but I don't use that kind of toothpaste. I don't trust a lot of toothpastes. Pastes. I'm very wary about the products I use on my body. Anything from Johnson & Johnson is no. Especially nothing that goes inside my body. I'm not putting a shot from Johnson & Johnson inside my body. No. They benefit too much from cancer. Too much. They make too much money off of cancer, and I don't trust that. Is that crazy of me? I don't think so.
And we don't know what it is.
Despite says, is this a glitter thing? No.
So I reached out to my friend Podgy, an Emmy-winning video journalist who has worked on some of the biggest stories with outlets like...
Background says, is it made of something gross like frog mucus they use on envelopes? No, but like there is a certain type of shellac that is made from crushed up beetles that is used in like lipsticks and stuff. I'm sure they use it in certain toothpaste and stuff. Also, vanilla. The vanilla that you usually get that gets people hammered drunk. By the way, if you want to get hammered drunk, you can just drink several bottles of vanilla. Did you know that? And you will get obliterated. And they won't ID you. They're not going to card you for buying a bunch of vanilla extract. But it's not actually vanilla because vanilla is extremely expensive. If you ever go to the spice aisle and buy like a vanilla bean, like if you're making like a baked Alaska or like homemade vanilla ice cream, you'll buy a vanilla bean and they're like $30. A single bean is like $30 and it weighs nothing and it comes in a jar and everything like that. So vanilla extract, real vanilla extract is actually insanely expensive. But what they use is a beaver secretion that comes out out of their ass, a beaver ass. What you're eating is beaver ass. Do you have a problem with that? I personally don't. Right? I mean, they are sexy beavers, so I'll eat the ass of a beaver all day. But that is what you're eating. Castorum oil or something. I forget exactly what it's called, but that is exactly what you're eating is beaver ass oil. But no, glitter is not made from such a product.
Like the New York Times and the Washington Post. Collectively,
Pixel says vanilla is from taint. It's why vanilla Tootsie Rolls taste like ass. I don't think that's accurate. I think vanilla Tootsie Rolls just taste bad. Because they use castorum oil. I really think that's what it is. If it's not, please correct me. They use that in everything. They don't use real vanilla except for like very pricey ice creams. But even then, I'm not exactly sure. No, I think vanilla Tootsie Rolls just taste bad. I think they're just bad. I just think they're bad. I like normal Tootsie Rolls. A lot of people do not. Well, that's a personal thing. That has nothing to do with beaver ass. Don't blame the beavers for that. That's unfair. That's unfair to the beaver's ass. They work hard excreting all day and night just so you can have a nice treat when you get home. All right? So please, can we give it up a little bit of respect for the beavers? They're hooked up to some like nightmarish machine that all it does is like lick beaver ass all day and spit it into little vials. And then they take those vials and they dump it in your ice cream and shit. And they box a lot of it up and then they sell it to you and stuff like that. And then people drink like 5 or 10 of them and they just get blackout drunk. Look it up. These are facts. These are hardcore facts.
we've spent the past 35 weeks.
We don't do non-facts here on this show. This is a learning show. This show is about fact time. If you have a question about what I say, what I state, go ahead and look it up. Look it up. Don't ask Grok, or don't even look it up on the internet because those are both lying. But you can take my word for it that it's true.
Weeks asking all the questions.
And as a cult member, I expect you to do so.
We could. We documented everything on our journey to answer this seemingly impossible question. Late nights, red-eye flights, we did everything. And what we realized is that the answer can only be found by going there.
So, where's all the glitter going?
Did we ever figure out where the fuck all the glitter
I
is
want to
going?
know what this company is.
What the? Like, What is it? Who's buying glitter?
Who could it possibly be?
Somebody's buying glitter. Somebody's buying glitter. And there's a lot of gay pride parades where you'd be like, well, that makes sense. That's where all the glitter's going to. And yes, that is a sizable portion of the glitter market. However, it is not the main drain of the entire glitter conspiracy. It actually goes much deeper than gay man's asses, which is surprising.
The answer.
Solved the mystery.
I finally figured it out. In our deodorant.
Toothpaste.
The U.S. Treasury.
Esteban says Incredible Sulk is better than Mid-Riff Party, which is okay. Whoa.
A little mystery about it.
It's the glitter
Whoa,
fortune.
dude, you're going to get me thrown off day one.
When attempting to solve
okay,
what
I
might
don't
be
care.
the internet's greatest mystery, where do you even begin?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, glitter boy?
Well,
Glitter Boy. Glitter Boy? You call me Glitter Boy, we're throwing hands.
we started with emails. We reached out to everyone we could find that made
Hillbilly says, strip clubs are everywhere, therefore strippers are everywhere. Glitter. I don't think, okay, here's the thing about strip clubs. A lot of strip clubs do not allow their strippers to wear glitter because it is a dead giveaway. If a businessman comes home to his wife and he's covered in glitter, what is his wife supposed to suspect? Right? What is his wife going to be like? Oh, you were just at some sort of piñata store, or you went to, I don't know, where has a lot of glitter? No, you went to a strip club. That's exactly what people think. That's what women think when you come home covered in glitter. So a lot of strip clubs don't allow their strippers to wear glitter, which is smart. But the problem is you'll come home and then you'll smell like a stripper. I had to burp. There's another one. That's how I assert my dominance. Anyways, you can't not smell like a stripper. Strippers have a very distinct smell. It's kind of like it's like parking lot oil and baby diapers. Interracial baby diapers.
know something. Ex-glitter employees, Katie
So not positive. It's not a positive experience for anybody involved.
Weaver, the New York Times journalist that wrote the piece. You name it.
Let's say we reach out to the wrong person. I don't want them to just
Unless he's a glitter, or unless he's a dildo manufacturer or glitter dealer. This is also possible, but like, I mean, how many glitter dealers are out there? You think they open up their coat and they have a bunch of different... Maybe if you work at like Michael's or Joanne Fabrics or Hobby Lobby or something like that, where you're like, I'm in the glitter department. And they're like, oh, it makes sense that you come home covered in glitter. But you still smell like parking lot oil and interracial baby diapers, which is, I don't know what that smells like, right? What could that smell like? Not like a purebred baby diaper. Different. More chitliny, perhaps. I don't know.
run back to HQ and report everything we know so far. So
We set out on a journey to answer
Esteban says gay men come glitter, which is not true. But they do fart it. They do fart it.
the question that's in bold at the very top.
But that's on purpose. That is not like, that's on purpose. They just empty a vial in there. Or they cover a hamster in glitter and they send him on his way. And you know exactly where that hamster is going.
Top of our treasure map. What is glitter?
But soon we realized there's
It says everyone has a glitter dealer and her name is Destini. Destini. So I called Rooms to Go today because I was like, I was trying to get, my couch is under warranty. I'm trying to get it like fixed, right? And then the lady picks up and she's all like, hello, this is Rooms to Go. This is Fabergé. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, do I hang up? Do I hang up right now? Because it's going to be a challenge to get anything done. Fabergé, your name is Fabergé, and I'll give you a wild guess. Obviously, I didn't see her, but you know it was a black lady. Of course you know Fabergé. Fabergé. Luckily, we actually got our business done fairly quickly. And I was off the phone with her quickly. So I appreciate that, Fabergé. Fab. I hope that's what they call you. If my name was Fabergé, I'd be like, just call me Fab. Call me Fab. That's okay. You don't need to know my entire name because it's terrible. It is terrible. And it's probably misspelled. It's probably spelled incorrectly. Fabergé was a jeweler from Russia during the entire, you know, when they had like czars and stuff. He's a very famous, and his name is spelled a very certain way, but I'm sure her name has like J's and, you know, maybe it's like Fabergé is in Phabrijay. That's what I'm just taking a stab in the dark. I'm sure there's an apostrophe somewhere, maybe a semicolon for whatever fucking reason. But like Fabergé, you knocked it out of the park, Fab. Good work.
There's an issue with this approach.
Background noise is Fabr''Jay. That's also that's very possible. That's very possible.
My biggest theory is that
you see, the fun thing about black names is you can spell them however the fuck you want. Because I don't think they understand how letters work or the English language and how letters work together to create certain enunciations and phonetic sounds. So they just throw a bunch. It's like, you know, you ever play Scrabble and you shake the bag and then you just pull a bunch of letters out and then you put them on your rack? That's a name. And then they can pronounce it any way they want, right? It doesn't, maybe there's a few vowels in there, sure. I don't even know if they know what vowels are. I'm not saying this about all black people, but with a fucking lady named Fabergé, her mom definitely did not know the difference between vowels and consonants. Did not. I guarantee that. I guarantee that.
Actually used in countertops, and I think that the industry is large enough to where...
Big B says, I knew you were black right away. I should have said that. And she'd be like, hey, hello, this is Fabergé. I'm like, oh, great, you're black. Right? Oh, great, you're black. This will go well. And then just see what happens. See what happens after that. Whatever. I hadn't given my name at that point, so I could have done it. I wasn't recording, right? I wasn't recording. And so I held back my laughter as much as possible. I did a pretty good job. I'm like, hi, Fabergé. How are you doing today? How's that stripping career? Can you tell me where all the glitter is going?
That could be a big user of glitter.
This is Rachel, a content creator who gained a large following for a well-thought-through theory.
Hogdog says glitter gerbils for Jesus. It's sad. That's just fucking sad. You know they don't survive. You know they don't survive. Either they get like eaten away by stomach acid, or they suffocate, or they just rot from AIDS. I don't know how AIDS works, and I'm not really interested in knowing. But like something terrible happens to them. Something terrible. And then there's just a bunch of fucking hamster skeletons up some dude's ass.
Theories on the glitter conspiracy.
I looked at annual reports and analyst reports that come out on markets. So for example, fourth quarter, where the thickness, currency.
If I click this link and it's something absolutely horrific, well, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not even going to be a little bit shocked. Not even a little bit. Here we go. You need more bell than that. We need more. There we go. Come on. Give me some bell sound. Come on. There we go. I mean, it's only $2, but it's really more about the spirit of it. Okay. I clicked on it. I don't know if I can show this one. Oh, what the hell. It is a Jewish star. In glitter. In glitter. So that's great. There you go. Are you trying to say something? Are you trying to say it's the Jews that are pilfering all of our glitter out of the country for some sort of... I don't know. That would be a deep conspiracy that I have not even begun to dive down. Maybe there is something, maybe the Jews are involved in this nationwide glitter heist. Boy, I would love to know the ins and outs of that. I would love to hear the theories behind the Jews being behind our glitter shortage and where all the glitter is going. Why? Why? I would have, even if you explained it to me, I think the only response that I could actually muster would be why. Thank you for the $2. Background says, gasp, glitter is made of foreskins. I don't think that's right, but I like the way you're thinking. Keep that going.
It's just been a crazy phenomenon of people throwing out their...
Christian says Jays run big glitter. Well, that's not exactly... Well, yeah, probably.
Their own theories and trying to figure out who the largest user of glitter is.
Guys.
I'm sure you've read this whole New York Times article, but can I read off some sections of this and just get your guttural reaction? So this is from a section that's a little bit more complicated, where they're talking about the technicalities of glitter.
The thing about glitter is that it's deceptive. Glitter wants you to think it's one thing, while it's really something else entirely.
And then
Jess, if you're watching this, can you bring me some glitter? I'm going to douse myself in it. I don't know why I didn't do that before the show, because I usually like to add a little pizzazz to these shows, right? I like to dress up a little. I like to make it visually appealing. So, honey, if we have any glitter on hand, could you please bring me all of it?
They talk about how glitter can...
Shit, maybe it's worth something, right?
Enter the ultraviolet spectrum. What happens below violet is ultraviolet, he said. You don't see it. So an animal would be able to see something there that I can't see, I asked. If it can see in the ultraviolet range, then yes, he said.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Wait, what? What does that have to do with glitter? Wait, what? So wait, like a bird can see in ultraviolet. Don't know what that has to do with glitter. Oh my fucking God, we actually have glitter.
Okay. I actually don't have glitter. Okay, because glitter is like toxic, so I don't really keep it in the house. But I do have
glitter is toxic. So maybe the Jays? That's them. That's not me. I don't think that. All right? Don't like send people. No.
But this is kind of glitter. I have kind of glittery makeup. Do you want me to? Here, come here. Give me your face.
Yeah, okay. Why not? All right, fine. You guys watch this. I'm not fixing anything because I look great, right? But I give it a little sizzle.
That's a really interesting quote that I haven't really opined on. So it could potentially be something that we're not seeing. Okay, now I'm gonna stay up at night thinking about this a little bit more.
Here's a list of the most popular theories.
But in a sea of theories, there's one that
Okay, boat paint is one. Boat paint is one. Toothpaste
stands out.
Biggest theory right now on Reddit and on TikTok is that it is boat paint.
Popularized by a podcast called Endless Thread, who claimed to have figured it out a few years ago.
Boat paint? I see a lot of boats, and most of them are not very sparkly. Some of them, sure. But like the majority of boats, no.
Very much against the fact that it's boat paint.
Many have found gaping holes in the boat paint theory.
I'll show you a gaping hole. Are you still talking about Game Man?
It said in the original article, jet skis.
GlitterX has
jet skis. I want a jet ski, honey. I want to buy a jet ski. Not that it has anything to do with glitter or anything, but you know, I want to buy a jet ski around, have a good jet ski time, be a jet ski guy.
been very upfront that glitter is used in boat paint.
Why would boats be a secret?
The truth is, everyone is so sure that their theory is the one, but they're all just that.
Cheeks. No, work the cheeks. Work the cheeks. You're working on my eyes and the.
I know. I've always wanted to do this.
Work the cheeks. The cheeks are where it's at. God, woman. Useless. It's okay to be Christian. Says John is a showman like Liberace. This is true. Only less gay. I am less gay. Everybody's less gay than Liberace. Come on.
Theories.
I'm not fully convinced that I have the answer.
I look like a ventriloquist dummy. This is not even sparkly. Are you sure we don't have anything sparklier?
No, I don't like that kind of stuff.
You don't have anything sparklier.
No. I don't. This is as sparkly as I get. And so go up to the camera because you do look a lot. Okay, close your no, go back up and close your eyes. Now, gaze your head up a little. See how close them. See how sparkly that is, chat? It's sparkly. I'm just not like a super like girly, flashy type of gal, so I don't. Here, let me try this.
Okay. What was that? What did you just do? Big B Trucker says, go in the attic and get the Christmas stuff down. Oh, we do have Christmas stuff.
It's dark. I'm not going out.
Yeah, you go out to the... I have a gun. Go get the gun. If anything scares you, just start firing it in the air.
It's so dark out there.
I know. That's why I said if you get scared, start firing the gun into the air, and then what is the worst that can happen?
You look so funny.
I just there's Christmas stuff. Look in there. Look in there. I pay you good money. I pay you good money to do this. Jeez.
Oh, I'll check the homeschool stuff.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you. The homeschool stuff. Anyways. Big B Trucker says go now. She's going. There's a 5. I appreciate that.
So, I mean, the big question, I think, is sort of how do we approach...
Arden Show says, I need to add Jess as makeup. She's already credited as catering. Don't give her any credit.
This going forward, because
no,
I was sort of
fucking her head. No, it don't.
hoping we would find somebody who wanted to talk to us.
Yeah.
Right now, we have one person who basically got back.
There's not a light on the gun. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has a phone. Look, wait, hold on. Everybody has a phone to do that. Everyone's got a phone. I'm just saying. And there's plenty of flashlights around here, right? And there's a number of guns. She could just grab one, right? I mean, like, she's like, it's dark outside. It's nighttime. It's supposed to be dark. I'd be more worried if it was like light outside. That would mean there's some sort of nuclear attack, which would be a huge problem for most people. But I have a bunker under my house. That's not true. I wish I did, though.
Back to us, and even they didn't really want to talk to us, which is really there are much more brick walls up on the subject than I expected, to be honest with you. Who would have thought that glitter is such a freaking black?
You know who I feel like? I feel like I look like Goofy Boots with these cheeks. Because Goofy Boots kind of has that look where he's got like the very red cheeks. I don't know. He seems like... I feel like I look like Goofy Boots.
Box?
Yeah, not me. Not me at all.
Shoot the gun for light. That's a good idea. Yeah, because it'll have a little flash, and that's how you find your way. You just shoot the gun, and then you have a flash, and then you keep doing that.
But it's a shiny black box, and I really want to know what's inside of it.
When you're here, something that you notice is that this is just a normal office park. There's like an insurance company right here. There's a high school back there. It's really not that suspicious, and I'm not sure there's really much going on in there. But there is glitter all over the ground. Getting nowhere, we decided to go back to the only real piece of evidence we had. Katie Weaver's 2018 article. We noticed something that we had missed.
And America's glitter is supplied out of just 2 companies, and guess where those companies are?
In retrospect, the answer had been right there in front of us.
It's New Jersey. There's an unnamed New Jersey company that supposedly founded glitter. They didn't name it, I don't know why. And then there's GlitterX, which...
Founded glitter. Did they make up the name glitter? Or where does the name glitter come from? Where does the name glitter... Where is glitter like Greek for something? Does glitter mean something in Latin? I want to know how they cut up stuff and they saw that it was shiny. And then they're all like, glitter. It glits? Glit is not a word. Glit means nothing. It's not glitting. Why glitter? Why that?
Is what the focus of the rest of this article is about.
What if everyone was focused on the wrong glitter company?
This other company...
Perfect.
It wasn't as dark as I thought it was outside. It looks a lot darker right there. There's still a light. All right,
Okay.
Come here.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Off cam. Oh my God, this is not a good technique.
This is all I got.
Ow. Ah. It's getting in my lungs. Oh, it's asbestos based, isn't it?
Your beard really makes it come on. There we go.
Does it look glittery? Oh my God.
It just looks like dandruff.
It does look a little dandruffy.
Here, do one of these.
Yeah. All right. All right. It's working. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
I got glitter all over me.
I can see it on my nose. Not in the camera, but I can see it. I can see it on my nose. Okay. I feel like that's good. And I feel like I'm going to be glittery for probably months. That was probably the worst mistake I've ever made.
That's so funny.
Anyways, now that I'm properly glitted, oh my God, it's all over my hands. You see my fucking hands? See?
They wanted no journalists sniffing around.
This is
and
terrible.
It's the rumored
This is a
farm site
terrible idea.
of glitter's invention. We began shifting our entire...
It's okay, but Christian says glitter is the name of a Hebrew demon. Oh, Thank you for telling me after I rubbed it all over my face.
Attention to the one company that is responsible for modern day glitter. Meadowbrook Inventions Incorporated.
Sparkly.
That's when we hit our first big break.
This is working. Miss Amanda Lynn says, forever. Forever. It shall be a part of me. Forever. I will always have that little sparkle. Right? Just a little sparkle. Because I did one fucking stream. Oh my God! Because I did. It's getting on my fucking keyboard and shit. Holy shit, dude. It's everywhere. This was a mistake. Well, it's too late now. It's too late now. Fucking A, it's too late now. Background says, like, you've been given a brony and old-fashioned. Yeah. I mean, it's all over my lips and face and stuff like that, so it's not so old-fashioned.
Oh my God, wait. We might not know that modern glitter was invented and developed by Henry F. Rushman. The article is contributed by Henry W. Rushman.
Whoa.
I think I got something in my mouth.
Whoa. So this is somebody who has the same name. Maybe it's a descendant of him.
Yeah, it's got to be a descendant, right?
No, it might just be a complete coincidence. And now I'm just thinking about like what I did to my life. Now I'm just thinking what I did to my entire fucking life. It's like, this ain't coming off. This is going to be a part of me.
Holy shit, this is crazy, dude.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Sure, why not? It's let's see where this goes.
The first ever nuclear bomb was detonated at 5:24 a.m. on July 16, 1945. It was part of a massive scale operation led by the United States, the Manhattan Project. And one of the people who helped out on the Manhattan Project is Henry Rushman.
Okay. So now there's ties to the Manhattan Project with glitter. Is this radioactive? This is going to give me cancer. This is going to give me fucking cancer. I know this is going to be, they're going to like biopsy a tumor later on in my life. And it's going to be like opening a treasure chest. It's just going to sparkle. I'll be like, oh, I did that for a joke 30 years ago.
The inventor of modern day glitter.
Ardenshire says glitter is the mark of the beast, a really gay one. And I assume Satan would be gay. Right? Like, what would you think Satan's sexual preference would be? I burped. What do you think? I'm surprised glitter didn't just shoot out of my mouth like a dragon. It's getting in my lungs. Oh my God. I coughed and I saw glitter shoot out. Oh no. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I made a mistake. I made a mistake, dude. It's in my lungs. This is what I do for you guys. This is what I do for you guys. This isn't for the benefit of me or my family or anything like that. This isn't going to improve my social life. All right? I do this for you guys. It's okay to be Christian. It says the G is for glitter. And then another Freemason link. Let's see. Oh my God. It's Freemason. Freemasonry. That's what it is. It's Freemasonry. Glitter. The glitterati. Confirmed.
It's like, this is the craziest thing.
The glitter is depleted uranium, background noise says. That's possible.
The guy who invented glitter,
that's possible,
helped invent the atomic bomb.
This one article seems to confirm everything.
I wonder if they're related.
Inks,
plastics,
fiberglass,
flooring,
ceilings,
countertops,
tile,
wallpaper,
clothing,
toys.
I can take it's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
Toothpaste,
packaging,
lemonade sheeting,
church steeples,
burial vaults,
forensic evidence.
It's right. Okay. It is on the left side of the back of my tongue. I can feel it. I can feel it. think I got it.
And there it was. The first ever confirmation of what was once the most delusional theory out there.
Meadowbrook's machines precision cut other particles.
Big B Trucker says, I used to grind aluminum castings all day. I have aluminum dust in my blood cells. That is not good. You are going to get like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or something. I forget which. And now I'm going to be right there with you, forgetting how it happened, right? Years from now, I'm going to be fucking forgetting everything because I'm a glitter in like the capillaries of my brain. And it was a good, funny joke. It was a good, funny joke.
For other uses, often on government contracts, anti-radar chaff, slivers of zirconium to control the burn of solid rocket fuel, and iron fibers for airplane brake shoes.
Okay. So, who's Henry W. Rushman?
A descendant. Maybe his brother?
No, we gotta find more info on him. If the core of the answer to this whole thing, if the one proof of government contracts is this one article written on paperfilmandfoilconverter.com, like, we gotta figure out who the fuck this guy is. And who's Robert Seeley? Here we go. Robert Seeley.
I think he does mattresses.
Industrial writer. This guy's got no
Seeley.
Internet presence.
That's what I said. I Googled him before you did.
Robert Seeley, and I'm an industrial.
Carrie says John has hairballs, and then she corrected John. This phone, grrr. Yeah, it's autocorrect. Everything is they assume John is with an H, which is, again, I've said this before, it's Joan.
Writer, and I've been doing it for decades.
Hey, Pamanji.
You thought this was going to be a montage? No. Stories like this are usually only done by huge outlets. The only way we were able to do this is with the help of Storyblocks, our sponsor for this video. Hold on, our unpaid intern didn't get the music right.
Not an intern. And I do get paid.
Shut
Such an underestimated or misunderstood material.
Oh boy. Well, I guess a lot of people don't understand how it's made.
How is glitter made? How do you make glitter? And where does the word glitter come from?
And the origin of it, they just, it's there. They don't know what.
I'm going to get in bed tonight. And I'm not going to like shower or anything. I'm just going to get into bed. Right? And I'll let my wife deal with it. So she can change the sheets and stuff like that. And there's going to be glitter forever. And like, watch, she'll forget. She'll forget and then like, I don't know, go to her mom's house. To visit her parents and stuff like that. And then she'll come back and she'll find glitter in the bed and then accuse me of sleeping with a stripper. I'll be like, seriously, you don't remember the entire the glitter episode? And then she'll be like, oh, right. But then the thing is, she'll still have the suspicion. Like, maybe that was an entire cover and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know how she lives her life. I don't know.
What the substance, just it's something that comes in a bottle.
In my research, I found an academic paper published by the University of Delaware about glitter. Submitted for her master thesis, the author admits that she had a hard time wrapping her head around how complex of a material glitter is. Endless thread,
it's shiny plastic. Incredibly complex medium and material that it is. I hope it's plastic. Does this look like plastic? Plastic. I hope it's not more complicated than that. I'm really, really regretting doing this. I'm really, really regretting doing this. Because I see it. It's like in my eyes. It's in my lungs. It's in my mouth. It is everywhere. It is, like, you guys... It doesn't really show up. I wonder if I can change the lighting on this. Because, like, I wonder, like, oh my God, it's just coming off of me. It's just coming off of me. Hold on. Does this give it a better kind of twinkle? Because it's like, that's a little bit better. This is a little bit better, right? I feel like I'm a magical elf. Yeah, see? See, you can see it better. I think I can see it better now.
podcast behind the boat paint theory dismissed chaff, a military tool to scrap.
It's okay. Chris says this is glitter episode is a cover story for John. Yes, because I'm banging strippers, and that's exactly why I did it. Even though my wife and I are together literally every day, all day long, every day. We're never separate.
Radars.
And it's reflective, but even chaff.
Scott says, why is Sulk made up like a hooker? Because you're not donating, Scott.
Is not really glitter.
The last I bought my...
Tejas says, why are you covered in stripper dust? I'm going to let you guess. I'm going to let you fucking guess. Look at the name of the fucking title. Look at the rest of the comments, all right? I am trying to make money as a professional stripper / prostitute. Okay? Times are tough. You know? I'm just trying to get it in, you know? I'm just trying to get it in. Look at how sparkly my hands are. They are sparkly. Look. Look how much sparkle. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. Oh my God.
Daughter some purple glitter. That's her favorite color. It cost a couple bucks. And the science...
Couch says you're a wonderful stripper / prostitute. I got to put food on the table. That's all I have to put food on the table. Okay. You know, just because when I'm working the pole, tears are rolling down my cheeks. And I'm like, I'm doing this for my kids, you know, right? I'm doing this for my kids. I have a portrait of my kid on my thigh, my upper thigh. Right? And I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for my kids. Just, my mascara is just running down my face.
Of radar-absorbing materials is extremely
keep
exacting.
Just do that.
It's a strange world, but it really flies in the face of everything I know about radar-absorbing materials and the rather rigorous science that's gone into its development, its production, and its upkeep. You know, it's a really closely held secret.
And that's exactly why we think they got this wrong. It's a secret. So dismiss...
It is in my mouth. It's on the roof of my mouth now.
Dismissing the theory outright, it just didn't make any sense to us.
There's a section in the article where you talk about glitter.
Couch says, it's okay. Those hands are the hands of a gladiator champion. Watch your mouth. It's true. They're good hands. They're good, wide, strong hands. Okay? They might have a little glint to them. Right? And so does my shirt. I'm keeping this shirt. I'm keeping it because it doesn't matter if I wash it. Because it will always be fabulous. It will always be fabulous. Okay. It's in my fucking lungs. That's the bell. Background noise for $10. Thank you. Pretend this is in singles and dance skank. Wow. Whoa. That is offensive.
Uses including
that is offensive.
Chaff.
The government knew
whoa.
The capability and then called the Russian family.
So this...
Tejas says, now those fat bitches would pay at least $500 an hour for John. Look, dude, if I went to that fatty con, I would be mincemeat to them. They would just, oh my God, dude, fucking catnip. I would be catnip to them. And I'd be like, no, thank you. No, because they smell. Fat people smell. Don't even say they don't, because they do. Like, especially when they hit a certain... Once they pass 400, even high 300 pounds, they smell. There is crevices and stuff that they can't get to. And also, they're kind of lazy, obviously, kind of. But they just sit around a lot. And that gives bacteria time to propagate and gestate and just spread. And yeah, they smell. They stink. And so they're constantly going to be batting their grease-covered eyelashes at me and I'm going to be hit with little speckles of it, right? I'll be like, this is McDonald's fryer grease. I can smell it. There's a very specific scent behind it. How do you have fryer grease in your eyelashes? These questions are pointless because it's everywhere. It is everywhere, right? Some have Wendy's, some have like Burger King, the little lower class ones. And then I don't know. There's the black chicks have pies in there.
Section this paragraph. You're saying that came from Rushman. He would be the guy to talk to.
Yes.
Do you think there's any chance that we would be able to?
Teos says, okay, Jess, we pumped John full of experimental penis meds and aphrodisiacs and charged the fatties at FatCon to use him like a buffet. He won't be the same after, but you get like 5 to 10K. Ooh. I wasn't with you until you said 5 to 10K because I have self-respect, but I also have self-respect to spare. So I could lose a little bit. 5 to 10K, I wouldn't mind having an extra 10K around. I wouldn't. Now, if I have to trade my dignity for it, so be it.
Get in conversation with Rushman.
So be it.
I have to ask him.
Right.
It's the glitter.
I'm sorry, say Popeyes again? Popeyes. Popeyes. Am I saying it wrong? Popeyes. Popeyes. Did you want me to say it like that? You sick fucking freak. Popeyes.
This season is the most sparkly time of year, thanks in part to that shiny substance known as glitter. It's also a product with deep New Jersey.
Scott says jet ski and trailer. I know. That's why I'm willing to trade some of my dignity. Some of it, not all of it. I'm not going to let those fat bitches poop on me, all right? I don't even think they would offer enough. But if they did, hypothetically offer me enough, I would take the deal, right? Because, I mean, like, if we're talking 7 figures and then, like, some fatso bitch wants to poop on me, I'll be like, 7 figures.
Roots and more than a little mystery about.
No one's going to offer me that. No one will offer me that. However, I am open.
About it, too.
Sulk Stream OFF. So is my Twitter. If you guys... If somebody out there, maybe a rich heiress to a cattle farming fortune, you know, it's not gonna happen. But if it would, if it were to happen, my DMs are open. My DMs are for your BMs.
News 12's Brian Donahue tried to crack.
That needs to be a fucking shirt.
Get out of here now. I respect that. I figured I'd come and knock on the door.
Couch Turfic is speechless.
and that's it, and I'll get out of here.
Over the years as a reporter, I've been asked to leave a lot of places where people like to keep secrets, crime scenes, politicians' meetings, but today was a first. Today I was politely asked to leave a glitter farm. The Bernardsville...
Esteban says fat girls pee and the urine drips out of their butt because there's too much meat. Okay.
Cattle farm where in
Thank you, Esteban.
1934, farmer Henry...
This is gross. This is a terrible episode. This has turned into a terrible episode.
Rushman invented a machine to cut metal.
But 7 figures, fuck me, dude. That's helicopter money. That's helicopter money. You okay? Right? I'll fucking dive face first into that. Right? That I'm sure there's leftover piss and all kinds of like you can't clean it all. I will. But again, I got a lot of dignity. A lot to spare. A lot of leftover dignity. $1 million? I mean, it would have to be more than $1 million. It'd have to be like halfway to 8 figures, honestly. But, hit me up. Maybe we can haggle, right? You pitch me a deal, I'll pitch you a deal, and we'll work something out. I'm just saying, hypothetically, were this to happen, okay?
metal into tiny pieces, creating modern glitter. Today, Meadowbrook Invention still has a factory on the property where I can only assume glitter is still being made.
Well, yeah. Where do you think? Well, yeah. You think the glitter heiress is like really? I mean, she's probably rich. But do you think she's into pooping on people? Muscular men covered in glitter? Again, I'm 7 figures.
The only problem is that I live 4 hours away, and Podgy...
Esteban says you have to hose a fat girl like cattle at a feedlot because the feces and filth gets between every crevice. Fuck. I get for the price, dude. For the price, I will trim their hooves and drink the pus. All right? For the price.
He lives in Europe, so we did the obvious
Okay?
thing.
I'll
With
do
a
one
day
of
and a
those
half-
hoof trimmings. I'll put it between my legs and I'll cut off big chunks of it and I'll slurp it up. I will. Again, a lot of dignity.
before the interview,
I got a
we
lot
bought
of it.
tickets and flew him
I know what you're thinking. John has no dignity.
across the world.
And you would be right.
Look at this dude. Look at his hair.
Hey,
Look
I
at his
live
hair.
here, man. You're the one that came all this way.
I cannot believe we're doing this.
Teos says, okay, we make clones of John and then sell them to fat bitches. John will still be physically connected to the clones, a la Ready Player One. But we can get like $100K per clone, but his mind is going to be super fucked. I don't know why that's better. Right? I guess like there's a lot of me, but like it's just going to be me. And then I'm going to get pooped on by like 1,000 big fat bitches. No, I'm going to reject that.
Fucking glitter. Oh,
Scott says, okay, I just puked a little.
Should I jump on it?
Hey, stand there. Make
Good.
sure the camera doesn't bounce off.
Good. Fuck you, Scott.
This is the job I get.
Alrighty.
It's so stupid.
Background note says Big Glitter doesn't want us to know they are trafficking little Congolese children into Tennessee to hand mine glitter. Really? You mine it? You don't mine glitter. Unless it's fucking asbestos. Like it matters. I'm covered with it now. Like I'm getting mesothelioma, guys. Okay. I'm not even gonna be able to sue anybody because I thought it was funny and I covered myself as a joke, right? It's asbestos glitter. Well, this is as best as it's gonna get. That's all that joke deserved. It didn't even deserve that.
Shit.
Esteban's dealing with something right now. He says a fat girl's butt crack has more square footage than my downstairs carpet.
Is he breathing?
And despite decided to give us a link.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean helicopter money, right? Helicopter money.
Guys, this is James Cooper, and this is Relative Motion, a channel where I show you the most interesting place is its own category for the FAA.
Yeah, this won't kill me. This won't immediately kill me. This is a great idea. This is suicide.
If aircraft falls into this category, there are a bunch of requirements it has to meet. These include being less than 254 pounds empty, having 5 gallons of fuel or less, and restricts where you can fly. And for the most part, it's going to only be low over unpopulated areas and only during the day, during clear weather. But the craziest part is you can actually fly this helicopter with no license.
No license. Yep. It qualifies as an ultralight aircraft and under 400 feet. is public airspace, and so you are technically allowed to fly. Still a terrible idea.
Yes, less than a license you would need to actually drive a car. You can fly this machine. However, so I'm sure you can realize this is a terrible idea. Normally, to
Yeah. You'll die.
fly a helicopter, they require 40 hours of flight training in an actual helicopter to get a license. And even at that point, you're largely considered a novice. So in my opinion, nobody should be flying this helicopter
I would fly it. I would fly it in a hot second.
without an actual...
With my poop money, with my getting pooped on by large women money, I'd be flying this shit all the time, dude. You guys wouldn't even like. The show would be over. I'd be flying my tiny helicopter around. Right? I'm a poop mogul at that point. Right?
helicopter license. However, legally, it's actually allowed.
You can get one used for like $12K. That ain't bad.
Which is pretty wild. Anyways, back on track to the helicopter.
How much does it cost to maintain? Because you need to take it to like a mechanic and stuff. Right? And they're going to be like, well, what do you do? I'll be like, just don't ask, man. Just don't fucking ask.
So obviously, it has no canopy, which is the craziest feature about this helicopter.
I just scratch my eyebrow and I can see glitter coming out of it.
You are literally strapped into a seat and just hanging there in the open air, which I've got to imagine is a wild experience, and also just gives you the best visibility possible. I have to imagine flying around in this thing, you just feel like a superhero with the power to fly. So if that idea sounds cool to you... I would
fight crime. I would go around and fight crime with it. Although I'd be breaking rules because then you go around like a city and stuff like that. And I'd be like, the helicopter glitter pilot. And everyone would like point up at me and be like, isn't that the guy who gets pooped on? And I'd be like, I told her not to fucking put that on the internet. Why did I even allow that camera in there? Didn't even cover my face.
And you just really want an exhilarating experience with a helicopter.
Obviously, you do your own maintenance. It'd be a lot of super glue and duct tape. That's what it would be.
Helicopter. That might be one.
And I'd be like, that ain't going nowhere. Right? I'd be like, that ain't going nowhere. It's just like strapped down.
Reason to check this one out. So the other really appealing thing.
Yeah, there's no way. The rotors are breaking the speed of sound. I'm like, yeah, that'll hold.
About this helicopter is the cost. Because it is the smallest helicopter, it's no coincidence it's also the cheapest to own.
Hey, Thought.
They actually don't make this.
Okay, I missed it. What's the glitter conspiracy? Why does everyone think it's Jews? Why does everyone think the Jews are involved in glitter? Why do you think people like? Okay, I know the Jews control a lot. I get that. I understand. But like, why do they think the Jews and glitter are somehow involved with each other? I don't, and you didn't even mention that I'm covered with glitter with blush on my cheeks. I'm pretty sure I have. Wait. There is some sort of, I don't know what they call the stuff that they put on here. Eyeshadow. I got glitter in my eye. Fuck. Fuck.
Helicopter anymore, and so it's very hard to find. However, if you can find a used one, you're probably going to get one for probably $20,000 or $30,000, depending on the condition. Which for a helicopter, you're never going to be able to beat. And if you work on it yourself.
Okay. Yeah, Thought you didn't ask about like the real important things that we're talking about. Right? You're just blaming the Jews for glitter. I don't even know. No one has even explained to me why the Jews would be involved in glitter. But please, let me know.
You could be looking at really low hourly.
The glitter is attacking. Background noise says, oh no, the glitter is attacking. And it's got to be asbestos. It's got to be some sort of cancer-causing material. Like, I'm really concerned that I have it on my body. And I'm, like, more concerned that I'm never, ever going to get it off.
Cost, since these burn a very small amount of fuel. However, because it is an ultralight, it's extremely impractical if you actually want to use it as a helicopter. Let's start out with the fact, aside from wearing a backpack, I don't know how you're going to carry anything with you. And I'm sure
You don't need it. You're using it as a helicopter, right? What do you plan on doing? You think you're carrying out missions? You're just flying around. I'm fighting crime, right? Covered in glitter and in fat chick poop.
sure that would make for a real comfortable flight. And then obviously any sort of weather you're in, you're completely exposed to it. Then, it's only a 5-gallon fuel tank. You're looking at a max range of about 60 miles, which is definitely enough if you just want to mess around with it, which is kind of what this machine is intended for. So I'll give that a pass here. But in reality, I guess you could be using this for...
You will crash. You will crash this shit. You're gonna crash. That is guaranteed. You're gonna crash this.
really small commutes, not much more than 20 miles if you want to be able to refill when you get back from where you came from. However, in reality, maybe 20 miles is all you need. Like, for example, if you live in New York and you're sick of traveling like the normal person.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, you can't fly over populated areas. That's why you don't see them all over the place, right?
This has enough range to actually get you around. However,
You
like
can fly to work and back. Most people could, but you're not allowed to fly over populated areas with it.
technically this helicopter can't fly over populated areas.
There you go.
Just as an ultralight. So I'd say New York's definitely out. But you might be able to look into registering this as an experimental and getting a private helicopter license if you're dead set on that option. However, like I said, this is a helicopter largely just for fun for yourself, and I really have to imagine it's good at that. If you want to feel like you have the ability to fly, I really don't think there's an experience that can match this.
This is a death machine.
So the last thing worth mentioning here
Let's see what they
is this
say.
aircraft does have a 2-stroke engine that it runs off of, which first...
Okay, that's sick. Gyrocopters promoted heavily in the 60s. This is Glenn Cooper, blah, blah, blah. Gonna get this ship out of country so I can fly it around in Africa. Africa would be great because they don't care. Nothing happen. Like, they don't, like, what's gonna happen in Africa? Somebody might try to shoot you down. That's a very real possibility, but there's no real laws. A pilot's license is not mandatory to fly FAR Part 103. This is true. Aircraft, but it makes sense to obtain training, so shut up. Yeah. Yep. Back to the conspiracy.
I hope Rushman tells us all the glitters.
Hey, hit the like button if you guys wouldn't mind.
Secrets.
I do this. I cover myself in cancer-causing glitter so I can, like, entertain you guys. So please, hit the like button, please. Please? You can get a Huey for a mil? That'd be cool. I would like a Huey. Fortunate Son would be blasting. I'd be blasting Fortunate Son all the time.
Welcome to Jersey City.
From my perspective, this is the internet's biggest mystery.
Yeah.
And we're now on our way to solving it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just going to be like giving us a bunch of PR lines.
I mean, no one's had this opportunity before. We have to get something out of him.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic, but dude, I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into here.
Esteban, what the fuck is wrong with you tonight? Reaching down the front of a fat girl's pants just feels like reaching your hand into a pound of bacon. Uncooked, I would hope. What is wrong with you tonight, man?
Do you know the Rushmans? He said, yeah, you got the glitter factory.
What is
Like,
wrong
everyone
with you?
knows it. We're in the glitter world right now.
Esteban goes on to say, there's no worse feeling than trying to put your arms around a girl, but when you do, your hands don't touch on the other side. It's like hugging Big Hero 6. But she's like, she's warm. Like she's warm to the touch, right? And so you hug her, and then that warmth gets onto you, and then you like pull back from her, and it kind of sticks a little because she's very moist, right? Well, here in Florida, right? The fat girls don't move to Florida, please. Oh my God. It's not your place. You're cold weather. You're like a walrus.
Take my nose ring out. Recording. Yep, here we go. You're my heartbeat with this.
The end of the rabbi hole? because the Jews are involved for some reason.
You came in the perfect way.
Is that right?
Henry Rushman.
Hi, Henry, a pleasure.
My parents were hippies, so a little bit
Pudgy?
overweight name. Yeah.
You're not pudgy at all. And you?
Yeah.
Jack, American name.
Yeah.
With the ring, is that American?
It is. It is. Yeah.
Is this the glitter trick?
This guy's like, what are these fucking queer? He's like, dude. Because he's like a good old boy. And I'm like, why does this guy have a nose ring?
That's what it says.
No.
He should watch my show.
Nice. Let's send this out there.
You know what the best teacher is? Experience. Yeah, but you want to keep your camera out. But that's probably more important than anything I said.
So this looks like an old factory building.
That's the glitter factory.
And we were
Glitter factory. Rabbits are dog whistles. I don't understand.
about to get an exclusive tour of it.
It started up a very small piece.
Sacred grounds. God, this is really starting to make sense. Is there like a third Temple Industries? Maybe there's a golden calf business complex?
So we kept adding it. Every 10 years, we put another section on. The original one.
I'm just saying, you guys were pitching the Jews, and I'm just trying to put together the pieces. I probably shouldn't, right? Somebody's going to knock on my door and shoot me in the face.
Was a coach barn.
So is this still in operation today?
Yeah, but they don't have any shipments to speak of.
No shipments.
Loading docks used to be full, waiting for pickup. Now there's nothing.
Because it's
They may have even sold it to somebody.
Background noise says, in the right light, John looks like he's trying to cover up bruises from just hitting him. Okay. We're just going to go with that. We're just going to go with that.
Henry W. Rushman.
Next time she comes in, I'm gonna... Right? I'm going to come in tomorrow, right? I'm going to be on the show tomorrow. I'm going to have a fucking black eye, and I'm going to be like, it was my fault. He gets angry.
Son of the
I'm
inventor
sorry, she gets angry.
of glitter and the inventor of holographic glitter was fired from
Holographic glitter. What is this shit made of? Dude, I'm like seriously worried.
his own company by his siblings, who now run the company, but not very well, according to Rushman.
They fired me back about 30 years ago.
Really?
When the company was worth $40 million, and I was selling the whole world. Now the company is worth $4 million.
Needless
Monkey
to
says
say,
I fell down
Roberta
some stairs.
Rushman was
I fell down some stairs, right? A doorknob hit me in the eye. Yep.
not interested
This
in
is
the
all
interview
true.
for
This is all true.
our piece.
Ah, there is the farmer.
Who's that?
Put the camera.
Not positive.
In fact, they weren't happy at all that we were there with cameras.
Well, they're doing a story on glitter. They wanted to know what was going on around. The story
Knobs
on-
Dog is here, everybody. We can fucking start the show. We can start the show. Knob, tell me. What do you think is happening right now? What do you think is happening? What do you think is going on? Do you think I have some sort of domestic violence issue happening? Do you think the Jews are involved? Maybe they are.
Glitter. In the beginning of the clearing.
But I think they should
Archie says someone's laundering money at the glitter factory. This is a possibility.
do that before you just go do that. You go over there.
Hog Dog says John got titty slapped.
Well, I didn't get out of the car.
But
Maybe.
he still said
And I'm
he,
a-
Does that mean she slapped my titties or I got slapped with titties? I'd probably be okay with both.
allowed to go there.
he still said he didn't want any pictures.
Knobs Dog is making a tunnel reference.
So he sent me to be the
These are also possibilities. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know?
So just respect that, okay? Because, I did say it to you, and you were the one taking the photographs. Can I have your name?
I gave them my name, and ends with the lineage of the glitter fortune.
Why is this guy not covered in glitter still? I know it's been like 4 decades since he's worked there, but I imagine there would be glitter everywhere, and he'd be like, I just can't get rid of it, man. I just can't. It's just everywhere. I can't get rid of it. It's just, this is my life now. This is how I live. It's very difficult. It's in my blood. It's literally in my bloodstream. I can't donate blood because it sparkles like elf blood. I don't, it's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good.
I invented holographic glitter. So with that comes the whole story.
A German immigrant living in New Jersey developed a reputation for cutting photo film.
Arden Chair says, refresh Sulk's glitter supplies here at Ko-Fi. I'll go ahead and post that, or I'll pin that, because, yeah, it's very important. I'm running out of glitter. Apparently, my body has become dependent on glitter, and if I don't have a fresh reuptake of glitter at a certain time every day, I go into convulsions. I actually get drug sick because I don't have enough glitter. I'm injecting it into my veins, intravenously, like in there. I heat it up in a spoon, right? And then, oh, thank God. And then I close my eyes and thank God. And then when I open them, it's just glitter. It's just fucking, they sparkle like the sunshine, dude. It's fucking creepy. It's weird. But it's something I have to live with, right? It's what I did to myself. I did this to myself.
For years
it was a hard childhood,
of cutting film for Kodak, the U.S.
I do it because I'm in pain. Deep pain.
Government approached him. They needed an expert in precision cutting for a mysterious project.
He got assigned some projects from the government during the war to work on the Manhattan Project. And in the Manhattan Project, his job was to...
I'm going to pick my nose in a month, and I'm going to pull out a glittery ass booger. You know I will, dude. It'll be a glitter booger. I'm going to wipe my ass tomorrow, and then I'll just fucking sparkle. I'll be like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Take mica, which is a mineral, comes like this from the ground, and his assignment was...
Knobstock says, wait, didn't you have sons? Why the fuck y'all playing with glitter? Christmas ornaments. We really put our brains to it because we didn't have any glitter in the house. And we're all like, wait, we have Christmas ornaments. And then she just kind of, yeah. It was a bad idea, dude. It was a bad idea. Ah!
To make a washer.
So you said that the government, they came to your father?
Yeah, they sent the FBI.
Hog Dog says glitter suppositories for junkies who can no longer consume it. Right. Eventually, all my veins are going to collapse because of overuse of glitter. And then I'm just going to have to, I don't know, either hot shot it into my dick vein or just shoot it directly into my eyes. Right? Just fucking...
They checked him out because
I conjured one up. It's in there. It's in my mouth.
he was German. It was wartime.
It's in my mouth.
And he was the only one who was able to find a way to grind this.
Knob says you should watch the guy who builds a glitter bomb to pay back the porch pirates stealing his stuff. Send me the link.
Make washers from this material. So they put the plutonium rod through it, touch it up against the uranium, and put some dynamite on top.
Wait, what? Why is he talking about this? Is there glitter inside a nuclear bomb?
And that caused a nuclear reaction.
It was odd to us that the US military had anything to do with a glitter company at all, but what Rushman said next made us realize that the Manhattan Project had nothing to do with glitter companies. It actually created a glitter company, the world's first.
So when it was spinning to make the washer, the little glittery flakes spilled out of the mica. It was the first glitter that was commercially used to go under Christmas trees because all the employees took it home and sold it to drugstores who mixed it with other stuff.
So this was like
For mica?
before or after he invented the glitter?
So is this is not even plastic. This is some sort of rock. I'm going to get cancer. Like a stripper. Because strippers don't live very long. I don't know if you guys know this, but strippers, they die all the time, very early. The average lifespan of a stripper is like 32. And they usually, I mean, typically they're murdered, right? Because what else are you going to do with a 32-year-old stripper? But a lot of times they get cancer from glitter.
Well,
this is true.
This was a glitter that he didn't have to.
Okay, fine. Knobs Dog sent me the glitter bomb.
This guy's...
I'm going to watch it. I have to watch it. I want to watch it.
Stole my package and he's about to open it in his house.
Hello. Oh my God. That would make me so angry.
What he doesn't know is that this is a new and improved custom-built bait package that is recording him on 4 different cameras that just released a pound of the world's finest glitter along with some other nasty surprises.
What the fuck?
But to understand how we got to this point,
that's pretty funny, dude.
We need to go back 1.5 years. Because that's when someone stole a package from my porch, and the police wouldn't do anything about it, even with the video footage, which
yeah, they're not going to do anything. They don't give a shit.
Made me sad. And so, drawing inspiration from one of my childhood heroes, I decided to make a bait package to lure would-be thieves, and the internet seemed to like it. But despite my best efforts,
Background noise says, I like powdered coffee creamer. Once glitter's in the air, it can ignite. See, here's the problem. If they steal a package from your porch, the cops won't do anything, even with video. However, if they go home and open up that package and it shoots powdered creamer into the air and ignites some sort of explosion, they're going to look for you. They're going to find you and they're going to take you to jail. It's not fair. This is America. It's not fair. It's not fair. But that is true, right? Because you're going to be like the Ted Kaczynski of Porch Pirates. And then you're going to blow some person's hand off or something, which would be funny and well-deserved, and I would be in full support of it, but it is against the law. Manufacturing any sort of explosive gets real federally illegal.
1.7 million packages are either stolen or go missing every day.
Did he get Macaulay Culkin on all this?
Hello. Macaulay?
Is he Jewish?
Culkin?
Oh, I thought he had a yarmulke on. I was like, what? I had no idea Macaulay Culkin was Jewish.
No, wait! I'm sorry. It's just that Home Alone was the entire inspiration for the glitter bomb.
Macaulay's looking good these days. He had a real rough period. I'm proud of him. Right? I'm proud of him. He probably went through a lot of PTSD and depression because he killed those robbers. He killed them. Those, the Joe Pesci and the other guy, those weren't the first ones. Those were the ones that survived. You think you're going to take a brick to the face and live? No. Nope. A swinging paint can will break your neck. Miraculously, all of these guys survived all of it, being electrocuted, having the tool chest crush them, the brick to the face, of course. I think one guy bled to death because he stepped on Christmas. He bled out. He bled to death. Macaulay has a lot of lives. He took a lot of lives. And he probably was challenged by that for a really long time, right? And he fell into drugs and shit like that. And at night he would lie awake thinking, he was all like, what if I met these guys in a bar or something? And I thought they were funny and we became friends and stuff like that. Instead, I killed him. And that just goes through his head every night, right? And there's dozens of them, right? because he would lure them in. He would put up like Craigslist ads about how he's going out of town and his family is rich and stuff like that, and it's completely unguarded. And so he would lure in robbers just to test out his new traps. He's a sick fuck. He was a sick fuck. A genius, but a sick fuck.
No, that's cool. I love that. Just that I do other things with my life, like run my website, bunnyears.com. But seriously though, your design was good, but actually I think I can make it a little bit better.
And so with Macaulay's help, my friend Sean and I have literally spent the last 10 months designing, building, and testing a new and improved design for 2000.
Can we fucking hold on? Listen to this banger. Hold on. Let's crank it.
19. So today I'm going to walk you through all the upgrades and then show you what happens when you unleash 10 of these bait packages on random suburban porches, all new and improved design for 2019. So today I'm going to walk you through all the upgrades and then show you what happens when you unleash 10 of these bait packages on random suburban porches. My friend Sean and I have literally spent the last 10 months designing, building, and testing a new and improved design for 2019. So today I'm going to walk you through all the upgrades and then show you what happens. With Macaulay's help, my friend Sean and I have literally spent the last 10 months designing, building, and testing a new and improved design for 2019. So today I'm going to walk you through all the upgrades and then show you what happens when you unleash 10 of these bait packages on random suburban porches.
It's a banger though. It's a banger.
All across America. We started with a complete redesign of the box to make it more streamlined and secure. For contrast, last year's design was a bit of a rat's nest. The fundamentals are still the same, where you have a battery-powered custom-printed circuit board on the bottom that has a built-in accelerometer, so it can sense when it's been jostled, and then it tells these 4 phones to start recording. And these are wide-angle lenses, so as you can see, you'll be able to record the thief no matter which side they open it from. And then right here we have some
clever
fart spray, but we added a second bottle this year. So as both these motors spin cams around, not only does it spray twice as much,
what a dick.
But we changed the formula this time around, and it is wretched.
Dude. Oh, man. Oh, it's in my mouth, man. I feel like I just ate a turd. Never done that, to be clear.
And just to prove how much worse it was, I sprayed.
However, for the right amount of money, 7 figures, I will eat a turd.
Last year's formula labeled A, and then this year's formula.
7 figures, helicopter money. I'm just saying. Dignity. I have none.
Labeled B for 10 different people without telling.
But at least I can have $1 million for a fucking turd. A sparkly turd. It doesn't have to be sparkly. It really, you know. Dealer's choice, I suppose.
Them which was which.
Oh!
Wherever it comes out. Hot, cold, whatever. Put it on a fucking stick and pop it in the freezer for all I care.
That's like proper poo.
Josh says human or dog. $1 million doesn't. You think it matters?
Oh god!
I'm already eating shit.
He just took a dump on my face.
Oh, I feel like he's got a lot of experience with that. I'm sorry. You're a young man. You're a little boy in Hollywood. Don't act like you haven't had shit on your face. Come on, dude. That was also another thing that kind of fucked him up. Yes, it was taking all the lives, but also it was Harvey Weinstein taking a dump in his mouth. Which one was worse? I don't know. Which one led to which? It was probably Harvey Weinstein taking a dump in his mouth that led him to kill all those people. But that's neither here nor there.
I can still smell it.
I'm sorry, I killed Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, you're kids, man. You're fucking kids. What the fuck? Well, they nailed it. By the way, get rid of Macaulay Culkin. Why does he have 2 watches? He's got nowhere to be. He's got 2 watches. No one is calling you to be like, you know who would be great in this role? Macaulay Culkin. No one has said that in decades. You know, no one has said that in decades. I'm glad you're off the fucking sauce or the, you know, whatever you've been injecting into your body. Really, I'm proud of you. But don't pretend like you have somewhere to be, Macaulay. All right?
So A or B, Matt?
B.
B by a mile.
All 10 independently agreed this year's was much worse. And then we keep spraying it every 30 seconds to ensure they get rid of the package out of their house before they realize there's 4 phones inside. This increases our chances of recovering it since we already know the package location at all times due to the GPS tracking on all the
Fucking sweet, though. That's pretty sweet.
Phones. But even if we somehow don't recover it, all these phones have LTE data plans, so they'll upload their
He was on heroin. I believe that. I 100% believe that. Because heroin seems nice. I've never done heroin, but I would do heroin. I have nothing more to say to that. You're probably thinking, oh, like, but you have kids, but you have a wife and a family, but you run a business, but you have all these responsibilities. No, I didn't say any of that. Quit putting words in my mouth. However, if you have $1 million, you can put poop in my mouth. Macaulay did it. He's fine.
Footage to the cloud right away.
He used heroin to get over it.
So then we can
also, and bloodlust.
See what happened. And then we have the main course, which is the spinning cup powered by a motor underneath here.
The heroin shrinks you. Just look at Virgie. Virgie was gonna be small. And he knew that, and he's all like, well, I might as well do heroin.
Which we fill with the finest glitter we could find, which is actually biodegradable this year as a nod to our good friend.
It's not like Virgie was like 6'4", and then he's like, I'm gonna fall into heroin, and I'm gonna no, man. Nah.
And Mother Earth. We also added sound effects this year.
Kabuki says, Fent, bro, don't be a bitch. I never said I'm not doing Fent. I never said that. I will. Give me Fent. I'll start passing off fake 20s and shit immediately. I'll do it. I'll be like, I'm just... I'll do that a lot. That'll be my stream. It's kind of nice that I'm sparkly.
So after both the glitter and the fart spray have successfully deployed, we start counting down.
5, 4, 3.
Nothing actually happens at the end, but they won't know that.
That is diabolical. That is diabolical. Bravo, sir. Right? Because you think if something starts counting down, you think that shit's going to explode, right? Especially if you stole it. And it's like this weird thing you've never seen before, and it's whirring and like farting at you. And like, right? You don't know what that thing is. What's going to happen when it hits 0? You have no idea. It's in your house. It's going to hit 0. Will it explode? Yeah, probably.
That. And then finally after that, we added some fake police scanner chatter just because it seemed like the right thing to do.
Seems the package may be in motion as well.
So as you can see, once you slip this cover
That's super funny.
over, it becomes nearly impossible to access the phones now without special tools. And so finally we've got the lid, which has these 2 holes here, which we cover with one-way film, so we can record the outside world even when the lid is on. And you'll notice that this is a total custom print. These are the fictitious Buzz 700s, named of course after Kevin's older brother.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. He got so fat. He got so fat. He seriously got so fat. Let me see if I can look him up. Wait. Buzz Home. Hold on. Hold on. He got so fucking fat. Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, Buzz. Buzz, you son of a bitch. He got so fucking fat. He got so fucking fat. I mean, he was technically the bully. So, he's just a big fatso. Fatty. Fat.
And if the thieves took just 2 seconds to actually inspect the package, they would see that all the words on the side are just slightly modified quotes from Home Alone, in addition to this amazing testimonial. And so then
Devin Ratray, is that his name? I don't care. Fatso, that's what I call him.
We just slapped on a fake shipping label and used a random barcode sticker to cover
Every minute you're not passed out, you're puking.
the nightly charging port, and we were
From
good.
what? He says, I hope you like puking, because if you're gonna do opioids, you're gonna spend most of your time puking. Oh, no. I understand that. And yeah. Deal.
Go. So the idea is
hard deal. Yeah, I don't care if I fucking pull my tooth out like, I've been puking too much. I could just pull them out like that, all right? Keep them under my pillow. No one's going to trade. There's not going to be any money. But I will suck the tooth fairy's dick if I can get a little bit more fat.
Is the bad guy comes sneaking by and then steals it off the porch. And then when they eventually remove the lid, a magnet taped inside
Yeah, says, John, you want to fly?
triggers this Hall effect sensor, which tells us.
What do you got here? What is this? What is this?
Okay, Ken, I'm ready for takeoff.
Oh, those look sick, but okay, sure, why not? I'll play it. It's only a minute long, so I might as well. And this is the ADD stream anyway.
Go for takeoff.
I thought you were talking about drugs. And this is cool and all, but
Peter Knight area traffic. The flight of 2 black flies will be taking off from the golf ramp in the grass, going to the north, crossing
this seems sketchy.
At 60 feet over the water. Peter Knight.
This seems sketchy. Yeah. These seem sketchy. Even sketchier than that tiny little helicopter.
Circuit board brain, it's go time, and everything is set in motion. And as far as I'm concerned, relatively harmless, karmic justice has never looked so beautiful.
Oh my god, dude. That is a lot of glitter. That is an insane amount of glitter. That will ruin your house. That is ruining your house levels of glitter. This is an excellent bomb. This is an excellent bomb. Oh, it's beautiful too. Oh my god, dude. I would be pissed. I would be pissed. I hope somebody like takes it to their office, like steals it and takes it to their office and opens it up there, and it just gets all over the office, and then you have to explain to your boss what happened.
And so now all that was left was to find porches for all the boxes. So I sent out a call to all my followers on social media, and we received over 400 applicants who have all dealt with repeated package thefts in the past. And then from that, we narrowed the list down to just a handful, and soon we had packages out all over the country. We also set up a website so I could sit in my bat cave here and monitor all the boxes to see their current locations, record states, battery phone levels, and even—
The monkey says, damn. Yeah, because that is a lot of glitter. That is a huge amount of glitter. And what is this? This got 78 million views. They paid for themselves.
Check the camera feed on any box at any time. And things started out a bit rocky when we got a notification that the first box was stolen, and then we noticed it was intermittently moving all throughout the city. So while we were trying to locate it, we checked the feed and realized a UPS driver was so convinced the package was real, he scanned it and picked it up, and it was riding around in his truck. Next, when someone else picked up the box, we didn't—
Well, UPS drivers steal packages too.
Have the lid seal fully worked out yet, so as they were walking around, glitter started to spill out.
Oh, look at that. There's glitter coming out of it. Oh, it's totally a scam. Yo, Nick!
Which is, as they say—
Thank you very much.
Giveaway.
It's totally a scam. When you open it, it's gonna explode with glitter.
Oh, that one didn't work.
This lady—
Damn though. Damn. So Porch Pirates are onto this. They're onto that. Oh, because I bet people put like shit in their packages and stuff too. Oh, I bet this happens a lot. Oh, I bet it happens all the time. Thank God. No, I don't deal with Porch Pirates. Thank God, because I live in Florida, and then if I catch you stealing my shit, I'll shoot you. I will fucking blow your brains out. I'm not gonna be like Home Alone and like set up intricate traps or anything like that. I'll shoot you in the face. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
He took it off the porch, but opened it upside down.
Right in the face. Right in the face. I don't care if you're a girl or a little kid or...
As soon as she heard the countdown timer, though, she rushed it back to the porch she stole it from, just in time for nothing to happen. But then the thefts began to pile up, and we started hitting our stride.
Oh
my God. I mean, I don't know. Let me put it back.
Oh, she's a chonga. She's a chonga.
Where's the mess?
Recovery sequence initiated.
Package may be in motion as well.
Hello.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Stuff flew all over the sparkle. Look at this.
Because you opened it, yeah. It's like, remember that money opened, money turned blue? That's I don't know why did that.
All kind of stuff. Yeah, but all kind of and the smell, it stinks, and then all this stuff shut up.
Oh, that was a. Open it and throw it out.
Oh, God.
Operation Super Nasty Fart initiated. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Okay. It's getting a lot of people.
Hello.
Why? There's so many fucking porch pirates. Good. And a lot of them seem ethnic, which I'm not surprised.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What did it say?
What did it say?
You opened it, dude.
I'm dead, bro.
What is it? No, it's still a speaker. What is it? Dude, there has to be still something in there, right? What is it?
Oh my God, you're getting glitter everywhere.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
back up,
2,
back up.
1.
I don't know, dude.
I got a read on the GPS location. I'm about 6 minutes away. Over.
This is funny. What's that smell?
After we tracked down this package and recovered it by the dumpster, we walked by the store and they were sweeping and spraying Febreze, which felt amazing.
That's super funny.
Babe, I bought you some headphones. I bought you some Bose headphones.
Oh, I bought you some Bose. I bought you some Bose headphones. And it's gonna explode farts and glitter, and then she's gonna be pissed at you, bro.
Okay, some really good ones.
Surprise, mother.
Oh, damn. Your girlfriend's gonna be pissed.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Operation Whoever Smelt It Dealt It initiated.
Oh.
Operation Butt Trumpet initiated.
Oh.
It just keeps spraying.
Alright, we f***ing get it, okay. Smells like f***ing shit in here.
And in the middle of all this...
Good. Good. There's glitter everywhere. I didn't steal a package. All right, I'm just a fucking idiot.
Something happened that I still can't.
That will never come out of the carpet. It's true. It is there for eternity. You're gonna have to rip the carpet out, and even then, when you're ripping it out, it's gonna get everywhere else. It's gonna be in the walls. It's just there forever. And thank God this wasn't like tons of glitter, but it still is on me, and it's gonna be here tomorrow. It's gonna be here tomorrow. Let me hear tomorrow. Please hit the like button. Please.
Wrap my head around. One of the volunteers we sent a package to.
I'm not a porch pirate. I am not a porch pirate. I am a law-abiding citizen. And I made a mistake. I made a number of mistakes. I made a number of mistakes. But at least I haven't taken lives like Macaulay Culkin, who has blood on his hands. I just have glitter. I just have large amounts of glitter on my hands. See, if you look, there's glitter. It doesn't look like it's too much, but yeah, there we go. There's glitter on my hands. It's on my arms. It's on my shirt. Obviously, you got it. It's black, right? So, I am looking buff, though. Sorry. Again, 7 figures. I'll eat your poop.
Who obviously knows my channel and follows me on social media,
but I'm half joking.
Even interviewed to...
Fuck, $1 million? I'll do some things for $1 million that I will not be proud of. Okay? Because anybody who makes $1 million, they've done something they're not completely proud of.
Make sure he seems...
That's the game, all right? And like getting pooped on or eating like a poopsicle or something like that is probably one of the tamer things a lot. Because some bitches fly to Dubai and stuff like that. And, nah, man. They're taking that shit to the grave with them. If I eat a poopsicle for $1 million, that's a party story, right? I'll be like, you guys want to know how I became a millionaire? Well, funny story.
Legit. Decided it would be a good idea to steal my package from me and never had any intention of either putting it out on his porch or sending it back to us.
What about my shirt? I look fabulous? I do, because I'm sparkly. Kabuki, did you say I look fat? You're not talking about me.
After a week of us being really nice and
Don't make me flex on y'all. I don't want to.
Trying to work with him, he effectively admitted as such and then blocked and ghosted me. And it's just...
Knobsdoc says Operation Butt Trumpet. Yeah, I think he could have done better if he just had everything happen at once. He had like there was a sequence that went off, right? Where it was like a 15-second long sequence. And so after things start happening, people had to be like, well, I wonder what's going to happen next. And then it starts counting down and they're like, well, what's going to happen? No, dude, everything at once. Everything at once. The glitter, the farts, the sirens, and the countdown, all of it at once, right? And make so you can't put the box back on. Once it opens, it stays open, right? I don't know why I'm like telling you. You did a great job. Honestly, you did a great job, and I'm not like an engineer. But you really did a fantastic job. The only thing I can recommend is stay the fuck away from Macaulay Culkin. Because that guy will kill people. He'll kill you. And he'll do it just because it's part of his DNA now, right? He just takes lives. Right? He takes lives. The Wet Bandits were not the first bandits. Okay? There was the Greasy Bandits. There was the Callback Boys. There was the Sharks. They just called themselves the Sharks. They weren't very, original. And they died immediately. They died to like the first trap. They fell 3 stories into a glass pit. A lot of his earlier pranks, we'll call them pranks, booby traps, were very dark. Very dark. The movie Saw was actually based on Macaulay Culkin's earlier work, right? So, the head thing that like ripped your head thing apart, right? That was one of his early. He's a sick motherfucker, okay? Stay away from him.
Just like, bro, if you're gonna steal from someone.
Background noise says the Fanny Bandits. Yeah, the gay gang, right? They were they came in. And they pranced around. They had a little dance routine and stuff like that. And then, They tripped the thing and it blew half their skulls off. It was a shotgun on a wire, right? It wasn't very sophisticated, but it just like sheared off their head, right? Like that. And then the other guy was like, "Oh no, David! Oh no!" Right? And then he fucking gets electrocuted by a hand railing that was wired up to a car battery, I assume. And he locked on, right? That's how the cops found him, right? Just cooking, just smoking.
Don't pick the dude who just spent a year and a half of his life avenging the theft of a $5 Amazon package. If I'm willing to get that petty over something I could easily reorder, what do you think I'm gonna do to the guy?
That's a fair point. This was petty. And those are the best pranks, right? When you get like revenge for being like, if you're very, very petty, that's the best. That's the sweetest. Mwah. Sweetest.
Who steals the outcome of that year and a half of work. I quit my job at NASA to make YouTube videos, and I only
Kabuki
make
Tut says, "I saw the good son. I know he's sick." Exactly. Thank you, Kabuki.
12 of them a year.
Right? I saw My Girl. He died because of bees. That was like his first trap. That was his first trap. He did the My Girl. Yeah. The first guy that broke in, he knew he had a dossier on him, knew he was allergic to bees, trapped him in a room with a beehive, let it go, and then he got stung to death, and it was dark. That was his first. That's how he started, right? After My Girl. It was a sad movie.
So I have plenty of time, and I love to obsess over these little details. Plus, even though this is more of a science channel than a prank channel, I love coming up with these ideas. Like when I took this Freddy Krueger action figure and taped it to the back of my wife's car right in front of...
Knobsdog says he quit his job at NASA to make YouTube videos. That's cool. He probably made a lot. This has 78 million views. This made him a lot of money.
The backup camera.
So when he puts it in the reverse, this is
And so after a little detective work, I discovered he gave us his real name and phone number, but he shipped it to his buddy's address. So I found his real address and then did two relatively harmless things. The first is I've heard once the Scientologists have your contact info and know you're even remotely interested, they will follow you the rest.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Because I've thought about doing that. I've thought about like giving Royce's contact information to the Scientologist just so he gets fucking bugged the rest of his life. Which would be hilarious, right? Maybe I'll do it to Pessy. I don't know. But yeah, that's brilliant.
Of your life. And so since I had all his contact info, hypothetically, I might have gone on their website and said I was very interested in learning more, and then ordered $300 worth of their starting course material so they know he's a very high value contact.
That's pretty funny.
Worth keeping track of. And the second thing was, I designed over 10 custom postcards just for him. For example, he's from Texas, so I thought a thank you note for his $500 donation to Texans for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign would be nice. Or this registration confirmation for the upcoming furry convention.
Okay. All right.
But
You're trying to get him killed.
The trick is, while I addressed it in his name, I went on Google Maps and looked up his neighbors' addresses, and hypothetically, I might have accidentally sent them to a random assortment of houses around him.
That's very funny.
A lot of these are great.
This guy is evil. This guy is evil. What is this guy's glitter? Okay, I'm gonna sub to this. I'm not even signed in.
Because it's the exact type of thing where the more you deny it, the more guilty.
He's mean.
You look. So some of these will inevitably be handled.
Tejas says Zeno is displeased with you, John. No. Please tell me he's not. Because that's the last dude you want to piss off. That and Macaulay Culkin. Right? Zeno and Macaulay Culkin are the last people you want to piss off. Because Zeno's got like this entire like cult, this entourage, right? I'm going to be killed because I said cult, didn't I? It's okay. I have a cult. Right? They're much smaller and they're much more retarded, and they're poorer. So don't do anything to me, please. I'm just some idiot who covers himself in glitter. I'm gonna get cancer anyway from this glitter. Please, please. I don't want to say, just please. I can do things for you. Do you like pooping on people?
Delivered to his mailbox by his neighbors who spot the air, and he'll always be second guessing just how many more
it's coming back.
There were, and who's silently judging him.
Oh,
at the
I know,
neighborhood
good porter potty. Yeah, thank you.
potluck.
I appreciate
Now,
it.
I want to mention we encountered good people out in the world too, who were trying to actually keep our boxes from being stolen. For example, this woman did that, but even still, the
Give me his number. I put it in the chat. Whose number? Royce's number? I could do that. However, I think he would be mad at me. I do have it. I know he would be angry with me if like tons of people from the internet started like fucking with him. I know he would be upset if I doxed him, because I could dox him. I could dox Royce. I could dox him right now, easily. And I'll keep that on the back burner.
package was stolen just 30 minutes later by a professional porch pirate who knew exactly how to cover up her face.
Just in case I need to.
But then we said, hold up.
Just in case I need that, I'll, just in case. Just in case. Anyways, my cat is bothering me, so thank you so much for being part of the cult and joining me on this evening's episode of the Sulk Stream. You are valued members, and I don't think you're stupid or poor or anything like that. I truly and deeply love you all, and I think you're great people. And Macaulay Culkin has taken people's lives. Please join me tomorrow night for another Sulk Stream right here at the same Sulk time and the same Sulk place, 8 p.m. on weekday nights. I would truly appreciate that. And then, of course, stay away tomorrow at 10 a.m. where you will see me there. Until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I hope you stay strong. I hope you stay beautiful and brave and do those things that make me proud of you as my loved and adored cult. Until tomorrow when I see you, again, stay strong, stay faithful, hit the like button if you would not mind. Get a good night's sleep, drink a lot of water, and take care of yourselves, because I care about you too. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I love you so much. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster 2, government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, roaring like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.